Okay, so we are going to work on our shoe composition. So when we talk about composition, we're talking about the placement of where you're putting your things on the paper, how much space you're using. So one thing I want you to work on is to make certain that you're using the entire space that we're giving you. The second thing I want you to know and understand is we're not putting our shoe down and tracing around it and trying to do that. We're going to take our shoe and we're going to look at it from a different viewpoint. So I'm actually going to set mine on the table on my desk. So I'm going to kind of just set it up there like that. And then what we want to do is we want to be looking at it and we're thinking about proportion. So proportion basically means that when you're looking at one area, the size relates to another, meaning I can't draw my shoelaces here bigger than the shoe itself because they're not. They're a part of the shoe. So as I'm doing the different parts, they have to relate together and look as if they're the correct size. So the first thing I always like to do is to start just a loose general layout. So I'm going to just kind of look at my shape of my shoe. And we really want to be looking at what you're actually seeing, not what you know is there. You know there are different parts to your shoe, and we'll come in and we'll get those later, but sometimes you don't always see all of those parts. So even though we know that there's a tongue to my shoe, so if I were looking at this, there's a tongue there, but from the viewpoint that I have right now, I'm barely seeing the tongue of the shoe. So I don't really want to add that in right now because even though I know it's there, it's not currently visible. So right now I'm just kind of giving a general layout of my shoe. Okay, so I've got just a basic shape. And then from there, I'm going to start to build layers and add details. Now, also one thing that you need to understand is I'm definitely going to be changing this. So just because this is my layout doesn't mean this is what I'm going to stick with. This is just my general shape at first, and from there I'm going to continue working. So go ahead and start to draw your initial layout of your shoe, and we'll come back and look at our details here in a minute.